Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic podcast, episode 61.
62.
Shit. He confused me before the show.
Yeah, he did.
Anyways, today, joined by Sims.
Hello.
And Daniel.
Hello. I have one thing to share before we introduce our amazing guest. I have a little piece of Daniel lore, gaming lore, that I want to share. I'm going to share my very first gamer tag in 2005. My very first gamer tag was Wedgie Master. I'm going to share all capitals. First gamer tag W3DG1 gamer tag Master was Wedgie Master. That was 2005, Daniel, right there. W3.
Were you consistently getting wedgies every day at school?
I don't know. I guess I thought it was funny.
You just thought it was funny? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You deserve to get wedgies. Ow.
Yeah, man, I don't.
For that gamer tag, yeah.
Gamer tags are just horrible. All of them.
Yeah.
There's never been a good name. But anyways, who cares about those two? Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the one, the only, Mario Rivera.
Thank you so much.
Oh, claps on the podcast. Always a clap.
I thought I had a pretty bad gamer tag, but that's pretty up there. That's up there.
It's pretty bad.
What was
right?
yours, Mario?
Mine was Duncan D, which if you are an American or I don't even know if it's UK based, but Duncan D is just Dunkin' Donuts. But it was just so I could have the phrase Duncan D's in your. It was terrible. A terrible time. Terrible time. Terrible young age.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts though just underrated. I think.
No, 100%.
Bad
Great
coffee. Bad coffee.
Oh,
what are you
great
talking about?
coffee,
It's the
I
weakest coffee that you can
No,
get.
I think it's right up there with Starbucks.
I like
far as,
Dunkin'.
fast food coffee goes.
No,
Yeah.
Starbucks is way better.
Nah, not way better.
Come on.
Donuts are pretty good,
The donuts are good. No, yeah, the donuts are good.
Yeah, triple shot of caramel, some French vanilla. Just get me on my day. Just get me all hyped up, sugar rush.
Just sugar rush, yeah.
yeah, that's all I need.
Perfect. Anyways, Mario, you have a course. You've been on IGN, I think. You've been on Kind of Funny. You've been on all these places everywhere. You're now on Nerdic Gods, the most pristine one you could be on.
Oh, 100%.
You peaked.
But what are you doing nowadays? I know you're doing the Point in Progress. You're making content over there. I know you have your own YouTube page. What are you up to now?
Yeah, I would say right now, just been on sort of a freelance basis. But in terms of when it comes to what I'm doing, really, yes, Point in Progress has been a lot of it. We produce a podcast, basically, where we record and then we break it up into pieces during the day, so that way people can enjoy sections of podcasts. Because we know it's certain people are certain things. Either they like long form and are masochists like me, where I just listen to long giant bomb-esque hours of content.
3 hour long. Yeah.
Exactly. Or they like their chunks of something. So we figured since our show is segmented in different sections, so it just fits perfectly into breaking out. So we tend to do that every now and then. We'll actually have some extra stuff that I'll end up skimming out of the episode that we'll just put up as well. And then stuff I've just been doing by myself is on my YouTube channel at ThatMarioRivera. Hopefully sometimes extra stuff that I'll end up skimming out of the episode.
Sure, go give it a subscribe.
What kind of stuff do you plan on putting up on your channel?
I think a lot of it's going to end up being just all personality based in terms of what I believe in or what I think. So for instance, I sort of did a test video earlier this year when the Mortal Kombat trailer came out, and I wasn't really impressed by it, and I just really had to get that thought out there because I know at the time people were, and it just something that I came from the heart, and I actually gained some sort of engagement from it. I know mostly it was because I said that I didn't like a thing that a lot of people liked, even though now I really like it. I really want to see this movie. I just sort of just stuff that what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling at the time, just from my perspective, because it's my channel. I can do what I want. So
Cool. Yeah. Please go check out Mario's channel and the Point in Progress YouTube channel, all that. And with that, we will get into some video game news we don't got much this week.
No.
And a little bit of a light week. But let's start with the Nintendo. Nintendo held an Indie World Showcase last Wednesday. They showed off some new games and yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
This week, man, flying by. Anyways,
It's because we recorded on Sunday. It's such a short week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Problem.
Anyways, we'll go over what happened at the Indie World Showcase and give our thoughts on all of that. First up, they started off to show a game called Road 96. This was the procedurally generated game. Kind of looked like more of a point and click adventure. It looked cool. Good art style. What'd you guys think? Daniel.
Yes. It had a good style. I'm kind of skimming through the trailer right now. I don't know if it's for me. At first I thought it was. At first it gave me like Life is Strange vibes and stuff like that. But then when they started showing off more of what you're doing in the game, like having different dialogue options and stuff, it slowly, I got less and less excited for it.
Yeah, typically with these adventure games, I like it when they try to like hide this procedurally generated stuff, you know, like I don't, because it was very much like oh, this person will be named Jenny or he'll be named Steve or whatever, you know, and not so much like you know, it just seems like Greg Miller always talks about how it's like a coloring book, and you know, you get to the, or not a coloring book, but whatever, you get to the end and it's all on the same path, right?
Yeah.
And this just very much looked like it's going to be the same game no matter what you do, really. There's just different names for stuff and whatnot. Mario, do you have any thoughts on this?
Very much. I'm a huge fan of the original Telltale games, at least the big hitter ones that came out, like Tales of the Borderlands, Walking Dead, and even the Game of Thrones one I actually had a good time with. But I would put it in that where I'm looking for something like that, where it is sort of my adventure, choosing my dialogue. So that fits in that niche that I enjoy. But very much so, it was one out of a few of good showings yesterday that I was very excited about.
Sims?
I think it looks okay. With these games, like you kind of think how much content is there. Like for me, thinking about it now, it just seems like it'd be like maybe 5 parts of every story, and then every time would be a short thing because there's only so much you can do with so many different stories. Like it looked like there was a good maybe 5 or 6 stories going on at one time. You can get robbed, you can go in a taxi, etc., etc. It looks interesting. From an indie studio, no disrespect to them, how big is this project and how much money have they got to towards it?
Yeah, how much can they actually
exactly.
do?
But it's a good premise. It's always a good premise.
It can go either as high as well, I don't even say highs, because I actually don't really enjoy this game, but there's a lot of work that goes into like oh my god, it's the robot game that David Cage made.
Detroit.
Something like that, where it's like it can go in so many different directions and different endings, which is really high. Or like you said, it could just have 5 things that it kind of shuffles in and out of. It does depend. Again, when it comes to the indie stuff, they tend not to be as pricey. So hopefully this is maybe just a simple $20 title that I could just enjoy for a weekend or, you know, for an afternoon. But it just depends on what they have to offer.
With the indie games though, like these games that get made, like they put out like an intriguing title like this, you know, everyone puts money in and go, oh, that was good, but you know, it was too short, or I would have done this better. They've got all that money now, and they've got the foot in the door, and then they can just go and make a bigger project. So these indie games, they're like how can I put it? Like promotions at work. You start from the bottom, and then you get to, you know, you slowly start getting better games, and then you learn your strengths and weaknesses along the way, and then as a company, you realize where you are and how far you can go. If that makes sense, I think that makes sense to what I'm trying to say. I'm saying like you start with this game, and then hopefully there's a better game around the corner, and then you learn your strengths and weaknesses, and realize how far you can go. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm thinking of that.
It's typically how a lot of developers do it, right?
Know what you can do. But look at a developer. I don't want to get off track, but look at a developer like Supergiant. They got like 25 people, and they do so much.
That is exactly what popped in my head. Is like, yeah, you're right, but you get Bastion, your first shot out of the bank, and it's like that's a masterpiece. But then you get to obviously you see the evolution of that game, then getting that all the way to Hades. It's like, oh yeah, of course they learned so much from the early onset. So
some people are just naturally talented, and then once you get them, but once you get the 25 naturally talented people, you just get gold, don't you? It's like, I would get gold, but I'm stuck with these 3. Like,
oh yeah, you drop us,
that's gold.
No, but you know what I'm saying though. I mean, in all seriousness though, like to us, as an example, like a year ago, you know, we started it, and now like to us that we're not perfect, but like we're exactly where we expected to be. Does that make sense?
I thought we'd have like millions of followers.
Millions. Oh my god. I didn't expect that.
Anyways, what I'm gonna do with the rest of these, because I don't want to call out every game because we'd be here for like 2 hours. I'm just gonna call out the big ones, and if there's one I missed that you guys really want to talk about, feel free to shout it out.
Sure.
Anyways, next up was Ollie World. This is I believe the third game in the Ollie series. Yeah, this one is more of a RPG side quest, more of a 3D art style than the other two had.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of this, Sims?
I never played the others. It looks like, goes back to what I just said. It looks like the next step, which and people love the Ollie games as well, like especially a specific audience. So this is just the next step in their adventure. Why not? That's a word, isn't it? Adventure. I'm trying to pop out these.
That is a word. Yeah.
Thanks. Cheers, appreciate it. I haven't really got much to say. It looks good, and people that want to play this are really excited for it. Good. I've got nothing else to say.
Sure.
It was a series that I wanted to get into, but I couldn't because for some reason the controls just did not click with me with the second game that came out. So I'm not sure that the third one will necessarily be for me unless they streamlined in certain ways. But I always love a good skateboarding game, so I'm always hoping for something great. Luckily, last year I got my wish with Tony Hawk the remake. So that's good. But for the fans that love, these simple, 3D or 2D versions of this, I'm like, good for you guys.
See, it sounds like you've played. I have not played this game, this series at all.
Yeah.
Is it more of an endless runner than like a skating game?
In some aspects, right?
Yeah, I've played a good amount of the second one. It's not an endless runner, but it's just there's
levels. Yeah,
there's levels and stuff. It's more think of it more of as a 2D platformer than anything.
Are you so you can stop?
Yeah, you could full stop if you wanted.
Okay. Yeah, you can full stop. Just pulling off the tricks and landing is sometimes difficult in that.
Yeah. There's just different tricks you can do and stuff like that. With this one though, I don't really know if this is the route they should be going, trying to add side quests and like add a whole world to this. I mean, I guess it's a cool idea, but I don't really think they needed to do that. I think the fun part about Ollie is just the gameplay itself, not really going around doing all these extra things. That doesn't really sound too appealing to me, but I'll check it out. I like the art style they're going with now.
You say that, but at the same time, Tony Hawk did the same thing, and then they did Underground, and I love Underground, so who knows?
Underground's my favorite Tony Hawk, to be fair. So
it's just like maybe this is their Underground. I don't know.
Yeah, this like hand-drawn art style is pretty cool.
Yeah, the art style, I don't remember the games looking like that, so that's why when I saw it, I was
they're much more flat 2D stick figure looking. Than
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, cool art style. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was shown off at the Nintendo Indie World Showcase. This is like the second trailer we got for this. Wasn't it announced a few weeks back?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. This is a homage to the previous 2D Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which I can't.
Turtles in Time.
There you go.
Yeah.
All those. What do you guys think, Daniel?
I was excited before. I'm still excited. Keep showing it to me. I'm ready for this game.
I just needed to have good online, and I'm set because.
Did they say anything about that?
I know it's co-op because you see in the trailer, but I don't know if it has anything to do with online. I assume because why would you not? If you had it, Streets of Rage has it, all these other beat 'em ups, so it just makes sense for it to have it. I was a huge fan of when the remake of one of the games in the 360 era. It was like an arcade.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's Turtles in Time, which I think is the third or fourth game.
I don't think it was Turtles in Time though, wasn't it?
I know you want. It was in the Summer of Arcade. We've had this conversation.
I think it was just like a re-release of the arcade game. Whatever.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I know the game from front to back, so it's like I was like, yeah, you're in April's apartment, then you end up with the Technodome at the end.
Yeah, I could never get past the bridge part. Too damn hard.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Sims. Yeah. I know you look like a Ninja Turtle, so what's up?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? I was never really a side-scrolling person. I was always I never played as a kid. Like when you had a Sega, every game was a side-scrolling beat 'em up. So you were just like, okay, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and all that. The one I only ever played, I think I played Castle Crashers. Had a right good time with that. Never finished it. And then the last one I ever bought was the Power Rangers one because I'm just a massive Power Ranger nerd. But it was too hard, so I was like, no. I'm not really a Turtles fan. Like, who's a Turtle fan, really? Really?
Me.
What?
Oh, no.
You better.
I grew up on the cartoon.
I'm sorry,
90s kids.
God.
Yeah.
Remember when Raphael was wearing a trench coat and he came out of the movie theater to see critters?
What's the point of that trench coat, man?
I can't tell.
You're a turtle.
It's for action figures later, so I could have a trench coat Raphael.
I didn't have that. I just had a figure of each one. That's all I had.
Of course. Otherwise, the pizza spinning one, that was great.
Pizza spinning one. Oh no. I didn't get the car either. I always wanted the car.
Yeah, the truck.
Yeah.
Next up was Last Stop. This is one of the games being published by Annapurna, who doesn't miss. Annapurna, man. This is the 2D one that has the creepy little character that's walking around. Last Stop. It says it took 400 days to beat this game, or it takes 400 days to beat this game.
It's out today.
Is that logging?
No, we could talk about logging if you want.
No, I thought that's what it was.
Oh no, yeah, I'm talking about
the one like the whole premise of the game is you just waiting and then.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it, Connor. You got that mixed up. Yeah, the logging was the 14 days.
Oh, okay, right now. My fault. Sorry, Nintendo.
Yeah, no, the Last Stop. You're right with Annapurna. I think they're three entangled stories. So I guess you play as three different characters.
I mean, your premise is correct. Annapurna don't miss. So if you are into any of their previous stuff, why not give it a shot at the very least? Eventually, these games might even come to Game Pass.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's what normally happens. Oh, congratulations, Mario! You bought yourself a little Xbox little Series S, didn't you?
That's right. I somehow woke up at the right moment for Wario 64 to be like, Walmart's got it, and I finally did it. I did want an X, but I'll settle because I have the PS5.
Exactly.
I already have the PS. 4K drive. I could watch my 4K copy of Evil Dead 2 if I want. I'm good. If I want to play the Game Pass games, then now I have a box for that. So
perfect.
Have you seen the Series S in person?
I've only seen the X.
You need to record your reaction when you open the box.
Absolutely,
because he's adorable. It makes me a little. we bought one for my kid, and when we opened it, me and the missus like, oh, he's so cute. Like, you see a baby, you're like, honestly, it's adorable. I keep saying
I have this digital of the Xbox Ones, and it kind of looks like it. So I'm curious if I put them back to back,
so small. It's
like the size of a book.
So cute. Anyway,
that's good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You fought the good fight and you won.
Finally.
Congrats on your new child.
Honestly, me and Daniel's story is trying to get a PlayStation 5.
Oh, both of them.
Next up, a House of Dead remake was shown off. This is the classic on-rail shooter game. Sims, I know you're very excited for this, Mario. It sounds like you are too.
Saw the trailer and the thing, and I was like, wait, what? What was that? And then IGN posted the full trailer later. So I watched it, and I was like, it looks bad in the same way that I remember it. That's good. So I'm excited to play. Maybe try it out.
Did I mention this last week? Didn't I mention it last week on the podcast?
Yeah, you did. You said something. I don't know if it was last week or a week before, but you said something about this recently.
Corey, wasn't it? Yeah, 100%.
No, what it was my quiz that I made. It was the movie. Yeah, that was part of our quiz.
Yeah,
was the.
So was this announced previously? Because I don't remember this at all.
Yes.
I don't know at all.
Where have you guys been? What rocks do you live under?
Not paying attention to House
of Dead. Not the House of Dead rocks, apparently.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, you're just gonna be pointing your Joy-Con at your screen. That's all you're gonna be doing.
This is
shooting.
For me. It goes back to my childhood. Like me and my dad, Dan Skeggy, Skegness is very common seaside resort in England, and Dan Skeggy, and we're just like, yo, so here's a pound, and then he's like, he doesn't play video games, but he'll happily play a bit of Time Crisis or a bit of House of Dead. So I don't know, I'm really excited about playing it. I might take him down to my dad's. It's like, Dad, come on. And hopefully we get like really like not like expensive, overpriced accessories to add to it, so we have a gun. Oh my god!
There you go.
We had a ton of those.
Yeah, or start 3D printing it. Might as well.
Yeah, you get like a 3D printed gun to put your Joy-Con in.
Do you think Nintendo would do something like that though? Have that like that?
They've done it before, right?
Yeah. They have a history of it. But I doubt they'll do it just for this game, unless they're gonna do like another Duck Hunt or
crossbow training. 2.
Yeah, Link's crossbow training 2. Then they might do it.
Just for the anniversary, Link crossbow training. You wanted Majora's Mask? I'm sorry.
The Zelda remake everyone wants.
Oh yeah, you wanted Wind Waker. Nope.
Here's Link's crossbow training, the remake.
Right. $60, punks.
Okay.
Yeah. And you will all fucking buy it too.
Comes with a special bow.
Do you want to know something, boys? I'm still not over that direct. I'm still angry. Like, I'm still angry. Or I sat there for 15 minutes going, I'm gonna get Wind Waker, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get Wind Waker, so it doesn't matter. Here we go, Nat. My girlfriend. Wind Waker. She's like, okay, yeah, okay. End of it. Where's Wind Waker? Like, where is he gone? Oh my god.
Tim, you will absolutely get a Switch version of Wind Waker.
Please.
Trust me.
Every
other game has been ported except for Star Fox, and we're not talking about that one.
Yeah. Aren't there rumors that we're still getting a Twilight Princess and Wind Waker?
I was going to say
something like that
sometime this year. Yeah.
Hopefully that's happening.
When does the Zelda come out? Is it July? It's July, isn't it?
July for Skyward.
Yeah.
And then probably the E3 thing. So we'll probably find something out in E3.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Next up. Oh, I did want to mention that Fez is also coming.
Oh, I bought that immediately because I
love Fez. Yeah.
Love Fez.
What happened to that guy again? I can't remember. Yeah.
I don't know. He's probably in the Appalachian Mountains hiding because he was apparently a big bad person on this. I don't even know what he did.
I don't either. I know that he wasn't very well
pissed off, and he was like, "I'm not making Fez 2 now, guys."
Yes.
Yeah, he was very not liked or something. He was. I remember him from that movie.
Yes, the movie.
Game movie. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I guess he just left. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if he has anything to do with this. I don't think so. I keep buying it, praying for a sequel.
I never played Fez. I've never played.
Very good.
Yes. If you have Nintendo points, you can use those Nintendo points to knock down the price.
I think I have some.
I forget what I just bought with those, but I just realized I had so many, and I bought a full $60 game.
No, you did not.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It was like I saved them all up throughout like the whole time I've had the Switch though, and just realized.
Yeah,
like, oh, shit.
I need to look into that then.
That can happen for sure.
Yeah.
Even if you have physical copies, you get points.
Yeah. We mostly Nintendo, especially Nintendo, because they never drop. They don't drop in price, do they? So you get a good amount back for them. But we got Hades. We got like a couple of pounds off Hades. Before we move on to the next story, the free running game with the dope soundtrack. Now that looks sick.
Yield, yeah, that looked good.
That was really good.
So it's Aerial Knights Never Yield. It's a 3D side-scrolling runner. Futuristic Detroit. There's parkour.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah, this was like this. I think this was pretty early on in it.
Really early?
Yeah.
Second game, maybe?
It's coming out May 19th, pretty soon. I think if I remember, this is already on PC.
I'm not sure. That's a good point. Some of the games were on PC already.
Yeah.
I think this the guy in the title put his Twitter handle.
Yeah, it's Aerial_Knights Never Yield is the name of the game. That's his. It's his Twitter. It's so good.
That is a rare thing to do.
And then lastly, they showed off Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. This is Night Studios sequel to Oxenfree. It's coming out, what is this, 5 years now after Oxenfree came out? Yeah. I'm super stoked about this. Oxenfree is one of those games I was like, there's no way we'd ever get a sequel to that. They just make something new. Yeah, it's kind of random. We are getting a sequel to it, but I'm down for it.
A direct sequel too, which is crazy.
Yeah, starring Riley.
Is it direct? Is every character coming back?
Riley, the main character from the first one.
Okay,
yeah, I guess I don't know about every character, but apparently it takes place 5 years after the first one.
Okay, so I completely missed that this is like the same cast. Okay, cool.
So at least they make one of the endings canon then, I guess.
Yeah.
There was multiple endings. You're right.
See, I only got one ending.
Yeah, I mean,
I got the end. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I don't want to say much, but I got an ending that seemed like it was.
Yeah, exactly. Very Twin Peaks ending.
Very Twin Peaks.
I almost want to do a replay of this game because I don't remember very much. I played through it all in one night, so I just remember really liking it. But it's definitely
good vibes.
And the soundtrack too is also really great. I heavily recommend the first one, so I'm super excited for the second one.
Yeah, it's a great like coming of age mixed with sci-fi type story. It gets really weird, really
Goonies-esque.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Sims, you excited at all?
I am, yes. I've been meaning to play Oxenfree since I met you guys. Like last year, it was like, oh, I'm gonna play Oxenfree, and I've just never committed to it. No, nice.
There's a mood to the game for sure.
I've always wanted to play it. It's always that one. I remember watching it in a video on a PlayStation Access, like the UK side of things. And, yeah, it's always been something I wanted to play. I've just never, because we've got it. It definitely a PlayStation.
It was like given free 1,000 places. You know, like
I might even have it on Epic Game Store.
Yeah,
definitely
probably.
on Epic Game Store. Underrated. People don't talk about it enough.
I didn't know that apparently the cost of the amount of how much games they've given away is like up to 17 billion.
It's ridiculous.
I was like, what?
My library is ridiculous, and I've not paid for one of them. Batman collections, Assassin's
Creed any of them.
collections. Yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't played any of them. But they're there for free.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I either forgot to press record. Good job of streaming, isn't it?
Okay, you could put it together.
That's alright. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've got a producer now, by the way. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to play Oxenfree. Like,
it's a must play, I think, if you like the indie titles and stuff, the indie space. I think it's just a super cool game.
Yeah. And that was it for the Indie World Showcase.
I want to shout out a couple more games.
Go ahead, Danny.
I'll shout out a couple more games. We've already seen this game before, Chris Tales. Really cool looking game where you're like moving between time. There's like past, present, and future. And you can see like 3 different things. I think that was a cool looking game. It's coming out this year, July 20th. There was Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon, which was that like cool looking like painting of like action game. Kind of looked like a Dark Souls. If you remember that one.
Yeah.
It's Konami is doing it, which is I think really interesting.
Are they really?
Yeah, it kind of looked like Dead Cells a little bit as well. I don't think that had a release date. I think maybe it said next year. And then the Aztec Forgotten Gods looked like a weird game where you're getting a big old arm and punching big things. Seemed cool.
Bionic. Is it Bionic Commandos?
Well, yeah, that guy has like a metal arm and he has like a grappling hook.
Yeah, like Doomfist from Overwatch.
Doomfist, exactly, just like Doomfist. You're just like, punching stuff. Love it.
Gotta love punching stuff. Anyways, yeah, that was the Indie World Showcase. It was pretty good, I thought. Nice little surprise.
Yeah.
Happy box.
They proper faked us out with the Oxenfree thing as well, didn't they?
They did.
Proper faked us out.
Great freak out.
They managed to fit in both an Ali and an Oxenfree in there, which I thought was pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Anyways, sticking with Nintendo news, Nintendo has announced a new Switch Lite that is blue, apparently. Okay.
Connor, do not start.
Let's pull up a picture of this Switch because they claim it's blue.
Oh, give me a minute.
Doesn't look very blue to me.
What color's my shirt, Connor?
That's red. See, like,
okay. So now you know colors? You didn't before.
The wall behind Mario, that's blue, right?
That is so similar to what the Switch looks like. How is it not blue?
It's much more of a dark purple, this Switch.
No, it's not. Click it and look at it.
Apparently, everyone at Nintendo fucking colorblind, you know?
This thing is blue. I'm looking at it.
Wow, what color are we thinking it isn't? I don't understand.
He thinks it's purple.
But it's purple.
It has a taste of purple in there, not gonna lie.
Oh no, Mario, what are you doing?
I do see the blue. But I can't deny that the little part of me is like, is there a little purple in there too?
A bit of purple, you know what I mean? Do you guys remember the popular McDonald's character Grimace?
Yeah.
that's almost what the color
is. Not. I will Google Grimace and I will tell you he's purple.
Okay, Grimace is more purple than this Switch, but I'm just saying this Switch leads more towards Grimace than it does a blue character.
So this is the nerd version of, is the dress blue or gold?
Exactly. Yeah, the blue gold thing. Is Vaporeon over there in Sims thing? Is that purple as well? Is that purple over there?
That is definitely blue.
Okay. Yeah, Connor thinks it's purple though. I can see his eyes
there. What were you talking about?
Yeah, Vaporeon on the. Okay, yep, it's right there. Look at Sims's thing. The clearly blue.
Oh, the Pokemon.
Yeah.
See, that's blue.
Okay.
This is all
right,
set.
we can move on.
Can you not pull it
Aye.
up, Snips?
Aye.
You can't pull it up. It's fine. I just want to argue. You listening at home can go Google the Switch yourself.
They
and
could
you
see it.
decide.
Well, they saw it a
Let us know
minute
in
ago.
the comments
It's
what color
blue.
the Switch is.
Is it
It's
though?
not.
It's
See?
It's blue. It's the question. It's like, is
You
it blue?
take a deeper look and it's like, no, it's fucking purple.
Nintendo, their only version of purple is either see-through purple. And that's
Yeah, the atomic purple. Yeah,
That's right.
Anyway, yeah, it's purple, not blue. Come on, Nintendo, get your shit right.
Oh,
Next
my
up,
God.
Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out of Fortnite as a character skin or whatever they do. I've never played Fortnite, so I have no idea.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, you a Fortnite fan, Mark?
Yeah, resident Fortnite expert currently.
Nice.
So,
Great, because none of us do. So hopefully you can tell us more about this. So what do they do exactly when you get these characters? Because I saw like Master Chief.
yes.
I think Lara Croft was there, Predator. They have all these characters. So do they like play differently then?
No, they are pure vanity items. They are
Okay.
pure just, hey, you want to see...
Sorry to interrupt. My girlfriend says it's indigo.
It's not indigo. I'm
technically.
sorry.
You know
It's not-
what?
It's not indigo.
You know
Indigo is
what?
more purple leaning.
It looks like the Indigo tribe from the Green Lantern comics. You're not terribly wrong. I kind of agree. In some
Now, is indigo more of a blue or is it more of a purple?
Indigo is more purple than this thing.
There we go.
Anyway,
This is blue.
Fortnite. Let's go. It's always gonna get.
So the Indigo Girls is a pretty great band. Fortnite, yes. No, they're just pure vanity items. So if you wanted to live Ready Player One, Fortnite is your place because you could be anybody. So like just today, yesterday actually, Brie Larson has a skin where it is a character that she created, and it's her creation.
I just see
Oh, it's just
down the stairs. Like
it's like something else. It doesn't look like her.
no, but it's just a fuzzy little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's apparently part of like a group called the Bush Babies or something. I'm not sure, but that's what they made. They made like a bush creature, which she picked and whatever. But anyways,
I thought it was a typo. Like, because I was down as I came before I started this. I was like, hope my daughter, she plays Fortnite religiously, so I was like, oh, is Aloy there? And I think she must have gone on an hour ago. I just missed it. And but yeah, it said Brie Larson under this fuzzy thing, and I was like, a typo or something, because that's not Brie Larson. Like, that's not Brie Larson.
Yeah. But yeah, like Snake Eyes is there, the Joker, Blade, like literally if you think about it, it'll eventually be there. Like last season was all about hunters. So they had like the Walking Dead people in it. They had Master Chief, they had Kratos. I don't know why they're not hunters theoretically. And then this season they have Lara Croft as one of their battle pass items where you can unlock a skin that looks like the PS1 Lara Croft. So they go all out with these things, which is really cool. So like when Aloy is going to be in the game, it's just going to have all of the fixings of like her staff and like whatever the bird thing is in the game. That's going to be her glider. Very similar in-game like kind of like you ever played Death Stranding and there was like Aloy stuff in there too. So it's like it's just something like that. Sometimes they even affect the world, which is really cool. So like the battle passes will have like a secret character. That secret character will be roaming the world. You have to kill them in order to get their skin, which sounds gratuitous if I say so myself. But that's how I got Wolverine and the Predator. And the Predator was invisible and I had to fight him. It was awesome.
That's cool.
How did you find him if he was invisible?
So you hear the music and you hear the like, the noise that he makes. Awesome. And then you just start shooting at you. I can't do it.
No, you're no Al Tribesman, are you? Met Al Tribesman for the first time ever, right? First thing I said, do the noise, do the noise, do the noise. I didn't say hello.
Oh,
no pleasantries. It was like, do the noise. And then yeah, Fortnite is a big thing in my house. Massive. Like, my kid's always like, comes down the stairs. Dad, what do you want? Look at V-Books. Why? I want this emote. She doesn't want Kratos. She doesn't want Master Chief. She wants to do this.
No, of course. And now they incorporated real music into the game too. So it just like I just hear random like hip hop songs. And I'm like,
she's all over
the
this.
DMCA my stream. What are you gonna do?
She's she puts on all these. She's getting into like proper music now, and it's either TikTok music or
exactly. Yeah,
it's like Renegade.
So she's listening to trash.
Yeah. She did put on. What did she put on over there? It was dead weird. Hold on, my daughter's must be watching it. That says, "Hope's not impressed with you." That's my Fortnite expertise. What did she put on over there?
I hope though that they put like your glider is like a stripper pole, and then like they just do little Nas X as you're coming down from the sky, just on the pole. I would love that. I doubt it, but they're gonna
not going too far for Fortnite. Or they can just they want.
You know, you don't get context with kids. You know, they're just gonna see a man coming down on a pole. I mean, it could be an umbrella, whatever, but he's clearly spinning around.
It's you know, I don't know, it's weird though because it was like their special. So they're rumored to have The Rock, aren't they? I think it's pretty much like confirmed because he confirmed it himself.
Yeah, I think I've seen like a data mine of like his face on a character that looked pretty legit.
And then Namor,
Just
which
specific character he plays.
He's the 7.
So in the lore of Fortnite, there are superheroes, and in the superheroes, there's the top guy, and you see him earlier in the season because they kick off each season with like awesome events that are like single player. Like I fought Galactus in Fortnite in a like sort of Star Foxy kind of shooter, which was awesome. And then this other season was a single player, like, hey, you got to do this thing while this character's leading you around. And that character supposedly is going to take his mask off and it's going to end up being The Rock.
Yeah.
He'll be there eventually if that's not him.
Yeah.
He did like an Instagram video pretty much pimping it out.
Yeah.
And then Namor, which baffles me. Like, why is Namor in this video? Like,
I mean,
one of the worst
they had Ghost Rider, Blade. I mean, they have so many weird things in there. It doesn't even make sense anymore.
MCU got to inject this Namor name into kids' heads now before the movie comes out, you know?
That's right.
Different Namor. Someday they'll make one, huh?
That's a different Namor.
A different Namor? Oh, okay. No, that's just who I thought.
Namor's a footballer.
Talk about Fortnite. I'm just amazed because what is this?
I was on his wavelength. What Namor is it? Is it a different Namor?
Soccer player.
Oh, really?
No.
I was making sure you guys do because that's
okay.
2 different people.
The only soccer I know is Ted Lasso, so that's all I'll know.
Okay.
I need to watch.
Yeah, Namor plays for Brazil, I think. Right?
Paris Saint-Germain.
That sounds legit because they have football players too, so it totally makes sense. They have Travis Scott in the goddamn game, so why not?
The kid loves Travis Scott. I'll go back one more story about my kid. Yeah, so my kid was like, "Dad, please can we put some music on Alexa?" I was like,
"Oh no."
I just got one ear. And I goes, "Yeah, of course you can." I was expecting like, you know, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. He goes, play Travis Scott.
Sicko mode,
yeah. And I was like, what? I was like,
Sicko Mode's a good song though.
Yeah, it's a bad song. But my 8-year-old should be
beat breakdown.
And I was like, okay. I was like, it was just I don't know. I'm impressed, but I was like, you know, when you just don't expect, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's like 2 things that made me feel like a dad now, a proper dad. Because I thought I was a cool dad. Now I'm not a cool dad. Because we went to the toy shop the other day. She goes, "Dad, I want a fidget." And I was like, okay, I'll get you a fidget spinner. So I went to this man. I was like, "Excuse me, you got any fidget spinners?" And he was like, "We don't do fidget spinners anymore, mate." She goes, "No, not a fidget spinner, a fidget." And I was, "What's a fucking fidget?" And it's this.
It's not a bird.
It's like a bubble wrap thing. You know bubble wrap?
Yeah.
And you press them in, and then you press the opposite side, and it makes a really like satisfying clicking noise.
It's like one of those plastic things. I've seen these.
That's it.
They're probably still stress relievers. They're just not the spinning ones anymore.
They're all in toy shops and shit, and like they're all over TikTok, and I'm just like, I didn't know that, and I was like, you know, I just felt dead old, and then it's just But then she put, you know that song, "Sweet Dreams Are Made of These"?
Yeah, Rhythmics.
She goes, "Oh, I want to listen to that." Okay, but I don't expect this. I expect you to start. I wanted to start. You know, she should be singing "If You're Happy" and clap your hands. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old. I'm so old.
She's like, "Dad, I'm 15."
She's 8. She's 8 years old, man. She is about 15 years old.
Anyways,
Daniel's died. Sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's dead. It's all right. I'm personally waiting for the Air Buddies season of Fortnite to hop into that.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Once Air Bud shows up as like a pet, that'd be great.
Yeah, get all the different ones. The soccer one, the football one, the basketball one.
Is the Air Buddy thing still
Mighty Ducks? That'd be great.
Ooh, that'd be a really good poll.
More
like obscure things like that,
On the Fortnite thing, I think it was my partner the other day. She says, "Do you think Fortnite will still be going in like 20 years?
20? I mean, how long? Well, more. Minecraft's been what? They hit their 10-year not that long ago.
Minecraft came out in 2009 originally.
I remember.
Yeah, so like, if it expands in the way that Minecraft has been doing, where it's still kind of relevant and kids still watch it on YouTube, maybe. But will it be the same game? Are they going to Overwatch it, where it's another game?
It couldn't possibly be the same game in 20 years, right? I mean, that's way too far down the line to even tell. Who even knows where video games will be at that point?
But even we say that, but then there's games like freaking World of Warcraft that are still around.
Counter-Strike. Like, how long?
Exactly.
I hear people talk about Counter-Strike all the time. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, it was like from the 90s.
Yeah. No, a friend of mine still plays it.
Yeah, like Counter-Strike or Counter-Strike Go, I think is like the latest one. Like, yeah, people still play that game, and there's still stuff for it.
Yeah. Anyways, next up. The developer of the next Bioshock game, Cloud Chamber, is hiring for a senior writer who, quote, can weave impactful character-driven stories in an open-world setting, end quote. Guys, next Bioshock game, most likely going to be open world. It's a new direction for Bioshock, being made by a new developer. There's a few members of the original Bioshock working on this game. There's a few members from Infinite working on this game. A few guys from Bioshock 2 working on this game. So they have a team there that's familiar enough with the product. But what do you guys want to see from this? Are you happy with the open world? Mario, go ahead.
I am a massive Bioshock Infinite fan, specifically.
Just there with you.
I just love the world. I just love the aspects of it. I don't love the world. The world's terrible, but I mean in terms of the aesthetic of the world and how the game made me feel. Very much how like the original one is like dark, scary, like don't want to turn the next corner because it feels claustrophobic because you're underwater and anything bad could happen. Bioshock Infinite felt open and airy, and I was floating in the spaces and like very like Indiana Jones like. And why I enjoy that one specifically. So for this to be open world, I'm hoping, I mean, it could be underwater, but I'm hoping that it doesn't. I hope they do something new.
Space
would be kind of cool. But as long as it's sort of like maybe open biomes, like almost like biodome areas, where it's sort of like a big dome, but there's so much to explore around it. I think the verticality of Infinite is what my favorite was. So if you can implement that into like actually going to places across like a giant open area,
that Skyhook was fun.
Yeah, but it's only used in certain instances, and they're closed. Like they're closed loops for the most part. They're only open when you have to go to different story beats. But if I would like for the fact that it was a travel system of some sort in this big vast world, I know that it's it just depends on what they, include with the powers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I love Bioshock. I wanted to come back. It's been too damn long. Missed an entire generation.
Missed a whole gen. I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping this open world thing isn't like just one giant open world. I hope they're not going for like a Fallout or Cyberpunk type thing here. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I would prefer, when they say open world, like make it into levels again, kind of like how Tomb Raider does it, where it's just one giant area, then you move to the next giant area. I think that would work really well in a Bioshock setting. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I prefer Infinite too. Maybe not prefer. I love them both, but I really enjoy Infinite and the weird story that had and the ending especially, man. I think the ending all the time. But I
was in a Doctor Who at the time, so it was like, oh, I like this.
Oh yeah, similar. Yeah, Daniel, what you think?
I am always excited for more Bioshock. The only thing that has me worried is the lack of Ken Levine, because it is his brainchild. I like Bioshock 2, but it is the weakest, and you could tell it's not him. So I'm wondering just what this game is going to be, and hopefully we'll see it soon. I mean, they've been working on it for a while. Open world, I don't know what that really means for Bioshock. Like, is it just going to have thematics? And that's like what Bioshock means. It's going to have an overarching meaning to the game, and that's why the name is there, and it's just a different game.
I would hope not. Go ahead.
No, well, I mean, I was going to say, like, I hope maybe there's a chance that it's going to be somewhat in between Infinite and Bioshock, where the world is not totally destroyed when you're going into and desolate and just be people are crazy. Maybe there is an actual living world that is in this area that you go through, and when you walk through crowds and stuff like that. and then the sections that are game based are like the big arena stuff. Like I'm not sure. I'm curious like how they would approach it personally. And
I would like, if we're gonna kind of keep the Bioshock vibe, like have that kind of figure, whether it's Comstock or Andrew Ryan, have that figure there, but be there why the fall is happening. Be a part of it. Like Bioshock 1, it already kind of fell, and you're kind of there after it. I want to be a part of it. I want to see like first 2-4 hours you're there, everything's good, and you slowly see maybe that character devolve and just the world becomes chaos and you're there with it. And then have the rest of the game.
Yeah, I agree with that, because in Infinite, and very much it is and isn't like that, where like
it's happening in the background.
It's happening in the background
quickly, right? Like
it happens like all it's here, like it's just randomly here already, and then you're just involved. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind if they change the formula. I just, you need basic things for it to just be a Bioshock game. It has to be first person. You need a lighthouse. You need those powers. You need like a main villain like that. I still hope they keep with in different sections. There's the main antagonist sort of that they kind of have in both Infinite and the original Bioshock. Even 2 had things. So I think they kind of need to keep that formula. But other than that, they're kind of free to do whatever they want. If they want to make it a full-on open world, that's cool. They just have to do it right, and just make it true to Bioshock. I've always had the idea though that they'd like add in a bunch of different areas into another game, like at the same time, like maybe you're going to different dimensions with the way Infinite. Yeah, because they said there was like infinite possibilities for all these areas and stuff. So it's like, what if we just had like 9 different settings in this one? 9 different weird settings that or whatever, and you're going through each of them. That could be really cool.
What popped into my head just now, just from what you were talking about, Connor, is Far Cry 5, where it was different sections, but every section had a villain and had their story. So that's just, you were talking about having the sections with stories. Like I think that they could do that just like that.
Yeah,
you taking down a section, and that is one of the main goonies for the big guy, and then you just keep going, tackle whatever way you want to do it.
Yeah, and similar how in the first one, I believe there was he's like an artist of some sort. He like is on the stage.
Yeah,
you fight him very early on, and then you move on to
his name now.
Yeah, there was like a list of people in the first one, I feel like, that you had to attack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or you were being tricked.
Yeah, there was the doctor, and
that's right.
Yeah, specifically when you get to that artist setting, then he makes you go around with the camera and do everything until you can get to him personally and then kill him. Yeah, so just add little things like that throughout the whole game. I don't know. I'm very curious to see what they do with this game. We've been talking about it for like way too long now. I feel like this game's been rumored for years.
Yeah, it has,
and it still doesn't seem like it's anywhere even near done, since they're hiring a senior writer right now. So that's kind of unfortunate. But hopefully 2-3 years we get this.
Do we know if Ken Levine's game is going to be 2K published? Do we know that?
I believe 2K still owns his new studio. I forget what they're called, but I believe they're still working together.
Okay. So I wonder if they're maybe thinking like he's going to have something similar as well. Maybe they're kind of waiting for him to put out his thing first.
I don't think he's trying to put out a full like AAA game though. Like I don't think he's trying to.
Yeah, we've not seen it, so who knows?
Yeah, it's been too long with Ken Levine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he tried to make Hollywood work, and I haven't seen anything from him there. So.
Oh yeah, remember when he was attached to Twilight Zone? He was supposed to be. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know this.
Run. Yeah, he was attached to Logan's
Run. Really?
Yeah.
I did not know he was trying to do Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, he was doing.
I could see it
too.
It seems like he's more back in games though now. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sims, did you have anything to say on Bioshock? I know you're not the biggest Bioshock guy.
I am. I'm just not. If I was to play a first-person shooter game, this would be the one that I'd really be into. But I really enjoyed 1, 2, and Infinite. I really enjoyed Infinite. I didn't. It's been that long, you kind of just forget about things, and then all of a sudden you get reminded with this kind of bit of news. This seems so far away. But when it gets announced, I'm sure I'll be really excited. Does it need? If the game came out and it was kind of the same formula as the last 3, is that necessarily a bad thing?
No, not at all. I think that's what.
In my opinion, no.
Don't fix what's not broken. Like, Infinite was a solid game.
I also think they need to separate. I think they need to separate from what Ken Levine did if they want to kind of move forward. Like it's like I was talking about, I want it to be more like it, but like I think that they do need to separate themselves from Ken if he's just doing his own thing. You know, he's not the creator anymore. So let's just kind of carve out their own path.
Yeah. Yeah, I will admit I was a bit, when I first saw Infinite, I was like a bit disappointed because I don't know, the underwater setting really eerie and Big Daddy's like, I really enjoyed number 2. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy number 2 that much. But then when you play Infinite and you have the big song word, and I'm a big, sounds weird to say, but I like birds. Like I like birds of prey. So I don't know, I was really impressed with it. I can't wait for the next one. More Bioshock, more good. It's just more Bioshock. Can't be a bad thing. We're getting one, so let's just wait and see.
Yeah, Sim's a well-known fan of birds, you know.
Well, birds, Harris Hawks, Peregrine Falcons. It is honestly, my uncle, when I was a young boy, story time with Steve, and he had these like Harris Hawks, and I was like not particularly bothered at the time. But then he'd be like, "Oh, come with me, we'll go hunting and stuff." I was like, "Okay, whatever." I was like, "Let me just turn my PlayStation to." And then he'd have this Peregrine Falcon as well, and just watching him take off. And then there was always like when he first started, he had the Harris Hawk, and he was like, "Right, we're gonna do some training." So he took the little like tether off it, and he'd have like a dead chick, and he'd whistle it, and the bird would take off, and you'd think, "Oh, he's coming towards the chick," and then he'd just fly and fuck off. he wouldn't see him. So then we'd go hunting for him for about 3 hours. We'd give up, and then like 3 days later, he'd just turn up at the house, just waiting for dinner. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know, yeah, but it doesn't matter. I like birds. Leave me alone.
All right, T-shirt for an idea for you guys. Sims, I love birds.
I love birds. That's it.
I love birds.
That way, other people that like birds can buy it. You know.
Yeah. I like grape shirt does well. Why not?
I like grapes. People like grapes. Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Here's another T-shirt too. I fucking hate birds. You know.
dueling shirts.
Yeah, right. You could pick a side here. You know,
yeah, that's a chip. I fuck birds.
I guess do I have to say one? Meh birds.
Man, birds. And now we got 3 shirts.
There you go.
Anyways, that is it for the video game news. Did you want to say something, Sims?
I was just gonna say, Kamel's in the chat. He says, "Big love to Mario."
What's up, man?
Kamel makes me happy. Like I saw Kamel. I went into a Simply Sassy like bit of content the other day, and Kamel's there, and I'm just like, it's gonna be a good time. Like I feel safe. I'm in a good safe place. Kamel's here. It's a good time, man. I love Kamel.
Good dude. Good opinion on Pokemon games. Good guy.
Good. Honestly, when we had him on the show, like I just couldn't stop thinking about him all night. I was like, I kept turning to Natalie. I was like, Kamel's such a nice guy. She was like, I know he's really nice, isn't it? And I was like, I want to invite him around for tea.
Well, a spot of tea.
Spot of tea.
Camille, you better watch out for Sims, man. He's really yeah. Anyways, that was all the news for this week. Not the busiest week we've seen in games, but get what you get. Next up, we will talk about what we've been playing. Sims, let's start with you, bud. What have you been playing?
So me and Natalie, we started the Soulstorm. I've been talking about it. Natalie's been winding me up. I've been talking about this for months. Like, I can't wait for Oddworld. Soulstorm looks they're good. I can't wait. You know, I really have good memories with Oddworld back in the day. And as a kid, playing Demo 1, having Abe's Odyssey, having no clue what it was except for this alien that could fart with the press of a button, and you go, "Hello, follow me." Then obviously, as I grow up, it gets remade, and me and Natalie sit down and eventually play New and Tasty.
That's the remake, yeah.
We finished that, had a good time, and I was like, "Oh, it is a decent game." So then when they announced this Oddworld Soulstorm, I was like, "I can't wait! I'm really excited." So we sit down and play it, and I was just like, it's just awful. It's hard. Is when a game's too hard, you hate the game.
Sure.
I'm just there with it, and it's just
is
like
there no difficulty setting?
No, it's buggy, and I want to sit here and go, I hate it. It's the worst game I've ever played. It's shit, but I just can't do it. And it has its faults as well. Like the AI is trash, and the whole game's premise. Your cat is hungry, Connor. Like your cat wants something. I just keep seeing it.
I don't know. I think there's a mouse in here or something. Anyways, carry on.
So the AI, it was covered in a review as well. Like, you're supposed to get these dumb idiots to safety, and like, there's all these horrible obstacles where if you know, they could die, and the whole aim of the game is to save all these people. But they've just got no mind. They've got no initiative. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like they're just like
they're a suppressed race. You have to lead them to their freedom.
Yeah, there's like, so for example, right? There was these like two smashy things. You know, classic like
in the Capitol riots. I know exactly how that looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, you know, you have to tell them to stop and then follow me. And then I think that I was my partner was playing it, and I was in and out of consciousness of a hard day's work. But I remember seeing this bit, and she had to pull this lever to slow these things down. So she's like, "Follow me." So they come, and they have to stay in like a narrow space. But one would always stay on the outside and just get crushed every time. So the game's constantly battling you. Like, it's just them. It's the AI mechanics. There's a lot of bugs. We spawned and we were just floating in midair. We've had enemies just, you know, like there's a platform and they just keep walking off the platform. You know what I'm saying? But they're not falling. They're just
floating, walking by.
Yeah.
Does the game have any modern feel to it?
Yeah.
Or does it just feel like an old game?
No, it doesn't feel like an old game. It looks like it's like it's been polished, but not polished enough. Like, I don't know if this is just us moaning because we can't do it. But it's like, you know, when you're like trying to blame the game, it's like it's just not as responsive as you need it to be. Like,
sure,
there just seems to be a delay. And then yesterday, like, I just completely fell out of it. And you have to get like, there's like 200 of these things, and they're all climbing up in the background, like climbing up these like ladders for say. And then it's like a wave of enemies come, and you have to like defend these enemies. Like defeat these enemies, but you only have like a limited amount of like ammo, or like you have these like fizzy grenades. I don't know. It just seems it's just not polished, and it just doesn't feel good to play. And then obviously the game's difficulty doesn't help, so you're just constantly just clashing, like everything just clashing, and it's just not a good time.
Do you think the game could be repaired by a patch or something, or is it just fundamentally?
Honestly, you remember when you had a PlayStation 3? And every time you turn it on, it was just like, oh, there's an update. That's this game. Every day there's a new update.
Oh, really?
And it just doesn't seem to have got any better.
Updates constantly for it.
It just doesn't seem to be getting any better. I don't know, like, coming off like a bad experience with it yesterday, I can't sit here and be positive about it. Like, I had to go and do something, so Natalie was like, I'll just finish this level. And then she texted me, she's like, I finished the level. So we'll probably go and sit down. I think we just want to finish it. I don't think we're going to leave it. Or it's not great. It's a 7. I wouldn't even give it a 7. I'd give it a 6, but that's just me. It's just not
like
polished.
Me when I played Maquette, where I was just like frustrated with the damn game because the game kept breaking on me.
It's just frustration. It's like the game is broken. The AI is stupid. I'm stupid, and it's just all these like issues of just like stupidity, just not work. It's such a shame as well. Like, it does feel modern, but it doesn't feel polished, and it just seems to have that slight delay. It's like playing Crash Bandicoot with a delay. Do you know what I mean? It would never work. I don't know. I probably just moaning for. You probably talk to me next week and like, oh, it's the greatest game ever. We finished it, and I'm really good at it now. I just can't say anything good about it right now. You just fall out of a game.
Oh, I drop a game like it's nothing.
I don't know. And then So last night I had like an hour to kill. I'm in the middle of Watchdog's Legion. I'm just not having a good game in life right now. Like, everything I pick up, just absolute dog shit. Like, and I was like really excited to play Watchdog. So I picked it up a couple of months ago. I was like, I played it, and then they all opened their mouths, and they've all got this really bad English accent. All of them.
Yes, they all do. It's
Every
really
one of them. And I, as an Englishman, it grates on me. And I know that, you know, there's people that have that way of speaking, and they will all talk and communicate like that. But like all these like different like diverse people, like, you know, types of diverse people, they should all speak their own way. So when you're picking up like this like Asian lady, and she's like, "All right, fam," and you're like, "No, no." And then yesterday I got to this like really pivotal moment in the story, and I accidentally skipped the cutscene. So I was like, "Oh, I'll just watch it on YouTube." And then obviously there's another MP, different character that this person is playing with, and he looks like a nice, like dressed up, lawyer man, and he's like, "Yeah, dickhead, put the gun down in it," and I'm like, "Oh, it's so bad." I hate the game, but like I'm not one to like.
It's like Montreal just watched like a bunch of Guy Ritchie movies and was like, "That's England."
It's so annoying. And Kameo's question: if it's about Soulstorm, they should have just given it another 5 months. Like there was.
Yeah, we'll see it at another like 4 events. Yeah.
But the Soulstorm, yeah, but like I get the Soulstorm. Like he says, delay Soulstorm, but like no one was when they kind of just came out of it. Oh, it's coming in like 3 weeks, wasn't it? It was something like that, wasn't it? Like they didn't need to do that, did they? Like there was no date prior, and there was never any like inkling that it was coming soon. It was due. You know what I mean? It just says out in 2021. I don't know. There seemed to be a lot of patches for it. I think
Lauren Lanning was just like, I can sell it to who, and they'll give me what? All right, cool. This game's done. We got to get this out of here. I got to be done with this. I need to go on Cancun, drink my alcohol like he looks like he does.
He is fun.
It's a shame.
He looks great. Every time I see him, I want to hang out with him.
He's such a dude.
So I don't mean to shit on him, but yeah, at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, just get your bag and run, I guess.
It seems, I don't know. It seems like they've lost that. I want to say charm, but like unique. Like I know it sounds like a stupid thing to say out loud, but like not having the fart button. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it had that like it doesn't do anything, but like why have they taken it out? Like it was just part of the charm of it. I'm just not having a good time. Honestly, everything I play is just
if it had the fart button, would it be a 7?
yeah. Like I just like ever since
the fart button.
ever since I played Miles Morales, like nothing has hit the same. Nothing.
Sure.
Like I was playing Cyberpunk, and then Natalie was like, everybody seemed to have wanted to play Stardew Valley again. And Natalie was like, "Do you fancy playing it?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Thinking, "Oh, we'll play it for a couple of days." We put 170 hours into it. Had a great time with it. And then obviously Cyberpunk, I was like, it's obviously not getting fixed anytime soon. I'll just come back to it in PS5 days. Like I'll just wait. I don't mind waiting. And then I picked up Watchdogs, and I just can't catch a break. Like Pokemon Snap's gotta save me.
I know. I honestly, Watch Dogs Legion was just a game that I just put in the background for podcasting. So like, I'll just play mindlessly and have a podcast in my ear because I did not want to hear what they were saying in the thing. And it was just like just checking things off, and I had a good time. My thing is, you're playing on PS5, right?
I am.
I'm so mad that for some reason on the PS5 version it doesn't have 60 frames per second unless they updated. Have you seen this at all?
I had this weird like. It just I put it on yesterday, first time in about a month, and it was just chugging. And I was like, I thought this was like I double checked the version of the game. It's like this is shit, and I don't see frames. I played Spider-Man. Obviously, everyone's got the same story. Everyone put performance mode on Spider-Man, and it ruined everything. Like ruined everything. Everybody was like, every game
ruined. It made it better.
You know what I'm saying? Though, like you can never. Like go into Watchdog.
Their brains broke now. They need to play games at 60 frames per second.
My God. Yeah,
that literally is what happened to me.
I was like spinning the camera around, and it was just like, ugh. I was like, ugh. I feel a bit iffy. Like,
I had that same problem. I put Valhalla in, and it was 60 frames. I'm like, this is beautiful. I take it out. I throw it in Watchdogs, and it was 30 frames, and I was like, this is gross.
Is Watchdog 60 frames on PC or Xbox?
It's on PC and Xbox. It's 60 frames.
Really? Man?
Oh wow!
Yeah, because I played the PC version because I got to play the multiplayer before they released it, and actually it's not even out yet, right?
So it is out. It came out around the same time I started playing the game. It came out.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, this is so much better PC. Why did I play it on here? But yeah. Still,
I don't get like Watch Dogs. I enjoyed number 1 for what it was because I was really excited for it.
Sure.
And then I played number 2, and it was just fun. It was just a fun like game in San Francisco with a good vibe to it.
Yeah.
And then this one, I don't know. It just seemed to have like they had this stupid idea. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, play as anybody. That sounds great." Like me, optimistic Steve, they called me. I was a big Stadia fan at fun. I was like, "Yeah, Stadia's gonna save us." But then, like, you play it, and it's like, this is just a terrible idea. Like, awful idea. Like, it doesn't work. Like, I have no connect. I play as the one person because she has the hovercraft. I just fly across the map.
Oh, the construction.
And as you fly across the map, the
the
map just chugs. There's just cars like going in, like what they call it. Pop in. Just pops in. Oh, it's terrible. I'm gonna
the game like hey, you have so much variety, but honestly, if you just hire someone that works at Albion, you can get into every building, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I feel you on that one for sure.
Is that it, Steve?
Kumail in the chat, he's like, he's just taking a piss. He's just taking a piss out of me. I should just get Monster Hunter Rise. Yes. I'm just waiting for Pokemon Snap. I don't even know what I'm waiting for. When obviously we had Nano on last week and it was like Immortal Phoenix Rising, I was like, I don't want to finish it. I don't want to unfinish a game. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to finish a game.
We're in that weird point right now where games are about to start coming out. So I'm kind of with you. I don't really want to start anything too big because soon enough we will have too many games to play.
True.
Mario, let's go to you. What have you been playing?
The last official game, because last night, like I said, I bought Fez. So I played like a little bit of that just to get reacquainted, and I still absolutely adore this game. It looks beautifully on my Switch, and I have like the original Switch, so it looks great. That's something that was originally a 360 game. The next thing I played after that, though, of course, because I saw it in the same sale, because there's a big sale going on apparently on the eShop, and they had Sega. No, I don't know what it's called officially, but basically it's Aladdin and the Lion King bundle that has all the original Sega Genesis games, including the handheld. It's like that package isn't crazy. If you are even a fan of even one of those games, you should just get it just because you get to play not only the original version of the game, you could also play the handheld version of the game, the Nintendo version of the game, and you could play a special version of where the developers have fixed things in the game. So, for instance, and there's documentaries in there. It's insane. One of the coolest things about it is like they fixed the camera apparently in Aladdin, where it was a little herky jerky originally, and that was a big thing that they had a problem with when they first were developing it. So their new version is that the camera's more smooth as you travel. So I played that a little bit last night, and that was also a nostalgic trip, especially since I can save at any point. Because I suck at that game.
Nice.
Yeah, it used to be you died, restart the whole level, right?
Yeah, and I don't even remember if there was like a password system or not, but yeah, you die and you have to start all over again. It was brutal. But the music, the way that the sprites look, like it looks just as great as I remember it. So definitely excited about that. It's on sale, so definitely check that out. But the real main game that has been taking up my mind space in Sims, I don't know if you have, if you play PC games ever, but Loop Hero has destroyed me as a person. Loop Hero is so goddamn fun that I don't even know how to describe it, because it's so many things in one, and it just captures my attention to where I don't want to do. All I think about is like, well, what if I do this? But yeah, Loop Hero is this game. I think the developer is called like 3 or 4 Quarters or something like that, and it's a idle game / deck builder / roguelike / farm.
There's also there's like a sim in there.
Yeah, there's a simulator.
I played about 4 hours or so.
Crafting, yeah, I've made it finally past the second boss, and I've played it probably for 30 hours.
Wow. I have not beaten the first boss. Yeah, I got the rogue. That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, so you're building up your resources enough to unlock things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, the whole beautiful part of the game is that the world has disappeared in some weird thing, and you're slowly remembering things. And as you remember things, you unlock different things in your little town thing. Like, for instance, resources like a tent, like wheat fields, and a gymnasium. Like you're unlocking basically a town. And then as you're doing that, you're going on this trip through this wasteland that you are then putting tiles down to basically escalate the run to make it harder for yourself, but you're getting experience and you're getting resources as you go along, or you're placing tiles for like different attributes. And then you also have a gear system where there's a whole set of gears. And then you basically go out throughout the loop, and the further in the game you get, the harder the enemies get, the more loops you go around. There's just also so much like crazy discoverability in the game. Like if you put an item next to another things, they react differently. Like for instance, my favorite, and this is a spoiler for the game, sorry, but I have to tell people because it's awesome. If you put a village on the field and you put a vampire mansion next to it, it turns it into a ransacked land, which then spawns 4 creatures and the vampire. Once you defeat that area 3 times, it becomes what is called a count land or counts land, where basically the vampires and the townspeople are like, yo, we're super chill, we're totally cool together now. And then you get more XP for every you get more health every time you cross it, which is just so silly and ridiculous of the weird like in-story stuff that they do with it. It's just so fun.
There's a lot of those little things about placing things certain ways, and it changes. Like you get the wasteland. I forget exactly how to do it. I think you put like 3 in a row or something, and on a certain path, and it just makes like a wasteland. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. Or like for instance, a 3x3 grid of mountain and rock, you get a mountain peak, and then now you have an additional 100 of health. Or if you put a swamp in front of the vampire house and something else happens. Or like if you do too many, all of a sudden goblins show up. Like it has like this cool risk reward, and you go through the loop, and basically by the time you get to the end of your loop, you actually are given the choice of like, do you want to leave with all your stuff or do you want to try again? Because if you decide to leave during the loop, because you can leave during the loop, you will only get 60%. If you die, you only get 30%. So there is a risk reward depending on how long you go in the game and how far you go. So like once you get to like you're personally like they can't touch you, like you're like cannot even lose health, then you're a god. You might as well fight the boss. But if you are like risking it, like getting serious damage taken, it's like you might consider doing certain things. So that's why I feel like the game has been going long for me, because it's constantly discoverability and learning new things. But now I'm like mastering like exactly of like how I want my layouts to be, playing as different classes now. And
speaking of that, real quick, how many are? Because I've only got the
only 3. There's only 3.
What's the third one?
Necromancer.
Oh, okay.
So you summon, so that's fun because, and the classes all are fundamentally different. Like for the first one, you're basically, your focus is like you need health. So vampirism and regen items are like key to keeping your health up as you're trying to do heavy damage. Rogue basically is when you want your attack speed up and your magic damage up. So that way you can get, criticals and dodging. Necromancer is you want your skeleton levels to go up because you just make and summon big giant skeletons that fight for you. You actually don't fight at all. So that's actually what's different about the 3 different classes. And there's like 4 different bosses and a secret boss. And it is fun. And I'm excited to hopefully finish this before something big happens, because right now it's the only game that I can think about.
Yeah, Loop Hero have been one of the standout games this year thus far, I think.
Yeah, I I've heard on Giant Bomb, and then there was a video that we posted for DualShockers that my friend Ricky Freck did that I didn't pay attention to. I just posted the video like a jerk. And then Fiona on our podcast on Point of Progress, check it out on youtube.com. They gift me she gifted me a copy, and I was like, all right, I'll play it. And then I fell in love.
That's awesome. Sorry. Yeah, you asked me if I'd played it. I got it, yeah, and then I played it for about an hour around the FCF final bit time, and it kept going round and round, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem, and I don't get enough time up here anyway,
sure,
because my kids are always on Fortnite and whatnot, so I've not had the time to spend on it. But like in that hour, like I didn't understand what I was doing. But going around and watching myself get bigger numbers and the better swords, numbers. And then I was making the bed at the time, and I was like, just like, oh no. But no, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Like if I maybe a laptop or this computer had easier access, I didn't have to fight an 8-year-old for it. I could see myself playing a lot more of it.
Maybe Switch.
Yeah, 100%.
It's on the Switch, right? Is it on the Switch?
No.
Maybe put it on.
Yeah, if it's on the Switch, oh man, that'd be. Yeah, but if you could pause the game, obviously, because you have to drag things normally.
Yeah, well, there's like the plan phase, so maybe just that could be like a pause screen.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be best grid based. But yeah, I mean, why not at this point? It's just such a easily addictive game, and you're right. Like you have to. I paused the game except the problem with pausing the game is that it doesn't actually pause. The game pauses, but your time clock keeps going. So like it says I have like 300 hours in the game, which I know I don't.
Fucking worst.
I hate it. It's like the game is paused, but the game is not paused.
I'm always trying to like tell people on this show like how many hours I put into a game after I beat it. Like every game clock is just like, oh, I put like 100 hours in, but I really didn't. Okay, cool. Daniel, let's go with you.
Yeah. So I have beaten Outriders. You don't need to clap. You don't need to clap. I do want to talk about a few things that we didn't really talk about with Nano last week. One thing is the mod system. We didn't really like get into that, which I think is really cool. So every time you break down a weapon, it'll save the mod that is on it, or even the armor. So it'll save the mod into like a library, and you can go to this guy at the camp, and you can put a mod on it, some weapon or some piece of armor, and it's just in the library. Like you don't need to have multiple of them. Like you can get freezing bullets. If you want that freezing bullet on this new assault rifle that you like, but you don't like its mods already, you just put a freezing bullet mod on it or something like that. And I think it's a really cool system. It's just about like collecting these mods and then find ones you like and remodding. They're a mod for your armor that affects like your abilities and stuff. But I did just want to talk about that real quick.
I'm excited to play it with my new Xbox.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. That's how I'm playing it. I want to talk about 2 glitches that have happened to me, and they are very funny.
Was this game very glitchy?
Normally, I don't have a ton of problems generally. Like, I know Mario talked about a maquette, and he had maquette problems. I didn't. Generally, for some reason, I just don't have too many problems, but this game has just been a lot of problems. It seems to only be getting worse for me, to be honest. I'm kind of glad that we beat it, but it seems to just be getting worse. So 2 glitches. One of them was really cool and helped us through sections of the game, and the other one kind of sucked. One of them was I just became invisible. Couldn't really do much. I can kind of shoot and stuff, but not being able to see your character really affects what you can do. Trying to get into a doorway, I kept dying.
Could enemies also not see you? Because that'd be useful then.
Well, that'll be coming soon. Hold on with that. Okay. So no, they could see me and destroy me. Just kill me. I try to run through a doorway, get into this room. Bunch of big elites are in there, and then I try to get back out. Nope, I'm stuck. Can't figure out where my body is, and they just knock me down. Because we just played the world tier up. We just kept ranking it up. There's only 2 of us playing, so we just were trying to get it as high as we can go. And that glitch, you had to just full quit out, come back in, and it sucked. But the second glitch is even funnier, and we tried to do it multiple times, and we did it a couple times. So basically, the game didn't recognize I was in the game. Enemies couldn't see me, and I could still hurt every single enemy. And they only recognized him. So he was just running around. I could walk up to elites and just shoot him in the face. Just shoot him in the face. So technically, I wasn't even. It didn't count as me in the game or something because no enemy could see me. They just run past me.
So were you not getting anything? Like I don't know if.
No, I got everything.
Are you just?
They were dropping loot.
That is some like original Halo Splinter Cell stuff where you could do a glitch where you were invisible in the world. And then snap people's snap. So
it's basically me just being. You're talking about me being invisible and not to them. That's basically what I was.
Yeah,
he could still see me. I can run around. So he was basically just running around, and I would just kill the elites, and he would just kind of kill the little enemies. And it was just, it was a ridiculous glitch, and it happened to us multiple times, like multiple days in a row. We'd be like, oh wait, and the way I could tell before is I couldn't roll for some reason. And so like I don't know what it just wouldn't let me roll. So like we were fighting a boss, and I did not notice the enemies weren't targeting me because he's playing the Devastator, so it's more like tanky. He wants to get in there and get the attention, and I just didn't notice. So we were fighting the boss, and the boss like did something to him, and he was like standing next to me. I tried to roll, and I couldn't roll, and I was like, wait a second. And then because I was still taking some damage, but they were trying to hit him. And then it just realized, nope, I could just walk up to the boss and shoot him. He can't even hurt me.
This sounds more useful, honestly.
It was really useful. We got through a lot with it. It was just really funny. But yeah, I did beat the game. We beat the campaign. We did a couple side quests. We didn't do a ton of like the hunts or anything like that. And we started doing some of the end game stuff last night. The expeditions. I think we did like 4 or 5. I like the game. I really haven't changed my mind. It's fun, but if you're going to it for anything else, like I would not say play it by yourself. That would not be very fun. You need to play with at least 1 or 2 other people. Like this is not a single player game.
You want to put a generic score on it?
Ooh. Not really, but I will.
In case you didn't know, Mario, we're on Metacritic.
Yeah. No, we're not.
We're actually the biggest company on Metacritic.
We are.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a 7 out of 10, but like with a big asterisk. Like you really have to play with other people.
5 out of 10 if you play by yourself.
Probably.
It's nice to see them owning this time. I mean, like,
yeah,
they picked a hell of a time to come out, right?
100%.
Yeah, and opening it up with the Game Pass, I think was a very smart move.
It really was.
The 2 games that were like touted to be like next gen was like Godfall and this. And I think this went the better route than Godfall because I don't think anyone can remember that game other than when I just said it just now. So
I'm not even entirely sure what you're talking about, you know.
Exactly. That was a Gearbox game.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been playing, Danny?
No, that's pretty much it. I've just every night just been playing this game.
No Disco Elysium yet?
I didn't really want to talk about too much. I haven't really played it much. So next week, that's my game. That's my game I'm gonna play this week. So I'm excited.
I have been playing Hitman 3. It's my first Hitman game. First time booting one up. So I'm only 2 levels in. I've beaten the first 2 levels. Started the first level. Didn't really enjoy it, to be honest. I was kind of just trying to get a grasp of how the game wants me to play this. You know, I didn't even notice the story icon.
Was it the tutorial like boat level?
No, not that one. I didn't do that one until after I beat the first 2 levels.
Oh, that's funny.
It was a tutorial. Yeah, I know. I probably should have looked for a tutorial first. But yeah, I did the first level, and I ended up just killing the 2 targets with just like a silencer on a pistol. You know, I just got to disguise. So like really the most like basic way you could possibly do it is how I did it. And then I beat that level, and I was like, I don't really like this game. So then I go into the second level because I've been hearing about the second level over again.
Dartmoor.
Yeah, Dartmoor. Yeah. I think the level's called Death in a Family or something like that.
Yeah. It has a title.
Yeah.
Very Knives Out, like. Yeah,
extremely. That house, I swear to God, was just Knives Out. You know what the house reminded me of? Bly Manor, Daniel?
Yeah.
It's exactly what it looked like. I was like, ooh, there's going to be
some old English house.
Yeah. I started that level, and then I noticed the follow the main story path icon, and then it got more linear after that, right? Once you notice that. So there was there's a death in the family, thus the name. A detective was hired to come and figure out the death. Yeah, then Hitman is hired by, I don't know what's going on in the whole Hitman story, but I'm assuming he was hired by someone to kill someone in this house. Who knows?
Yeah, there's like a thing you got to get, and then you got to kill the lady. That's like what you have to do.
Yeah. So, anyways, the detective was there. I killed the detective, take his disguise, dump his body somewhere, and then now I'm just a detective, right? Now it's like, okay, you could follow the main story path and try to figure out this murder mystery, and I'm all about that. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to figure out this murder mystery. So you go, and you're able to do so many cool things. You can talk to the members of the family, try to figure out what time he died, stuff like that. Use your camera, scan everything. You figure out time of death. Then you talk to the family, ask where they were at that time, get their alibi, stuff like that. And you could do so many cool things in this game that's like, I guess, more of an action game, right? What would you describe Hitman as? I know it's not like totally stealth. It's just more...
It's
maybe like a sandbox game, because you can kind of just do it.
Yeah, it is very sandboxy. It reminded me more of not Metal Gear and not Splinter Cell, because it wasn't like that. It's not a
it's not one to one to those, but they have so many similar elements.
Sure.
Yeah, like I'd never like hiding like in terms of like a Solid Snake or even like Sam Fisher like against a wall, but I'm very much like I always have like a disguise, and I'm always like I love the dialogue between his character that he's playing and with other people. Like if he's like a fisherman or something, he'll make like a fish pun or something, like something so silly and stupid, but he plays it so straight that nobody notices it.
No one notices. Yeah, like who's this guy?
I think the Hitman games are the most underrated comedy games I've ever played in my life. Because you could do some really stupid and insane things, and really just the way that you can go about levels in so many thousands different ways is fantastic.
Yeah, I was so impressed by the amount of stuff you could do as the detective, right? Like there's so much there. Like I was like, oh, I can't get into this room. I wonder if I could somehow scale this building and figure it out. And sure enough, you can hop out a window and scale the building. Or I'm trying to get into this the butler's office, to investigate his stuff. And I'm like, oh, how do you do that? And I was like, I wonder if there's like a crowbar or something I can use to break the door. Sure enough, there's a crowbar, right there, stuff like that. So I figured out the whole mystery. I won't spoil it here, but yeah, it was really cool. I kind of figured it out like halfway through though, like where it was going. So that was a bit of a letdown, but I ended up really enjoying that part. I kind of just wanted a whole detective game after that. I was like, this is kind of giving me like LA Noire vibes, I was like,
we're getting James Bond.
We are getting James Bond, so yeah, maybe some of that would be in there. But yeah, what a cool setting too. The whole layout of that mansion was great. Really well designed level, I thought.
Yeah, and there's other what do they call them? Story points that you can do in there. You could be like especially with that one, you could be like the cameraman. I don't know if you know that, Connor. There's like a cameraman. They're going to take like a family photo, and you can
see that in the backyard. Yeah.
I'll spoil it. You can like electrocute them and like kill the whole family.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. There's like you could be the grave digger or whatever undertaker with like a big top. That's like outside.
Funny enough, I did kill the whole family because I just thought they all deserved to die. I was like, all these people are just little fucks, like they all deserve it. Like I'm murdering this whole family. It was funny though, because at the end, after I solved the mystery, I completely forgot that you had to kill the main lady. Like that was the main objective of being here. And it was like, all right, great, solve the mystery. Levels must be over. It was like, now you must kill your target, Hitman. And I was like, oh god, I forgot all about that.
Just grab a wrench and just go.
I literally just shot her in the head and ran out the house.
My favorite is just the fact that you find any random object, especially if it's big enough, and you just chuck it at someone's head and they just go down.
I like seeing like you throw like a piece of fruit and it just explodes on someone's head and they just knocked out.
The aim Hitman has, it's just.
Dude, he's 1-to-1. Like no one can take him out.
Yeah.
No, I haven't played 3 yet. I'm very excited to, and I know a lot about the different levels and that level specifically. But I jumped in with everyone was getting hyped during January about it. I was like, I have these games because they were free in like some bundle on Humble Bundle or something like that. So I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I loaded it up in Half-Life 2, and I played all through 1 in Half-Life 2. I was like, oh, genius. I don't have to play the first game. I literally just have to play the second one. And the same thing, you could play 1 and 2 in 3, which is awesome.
Yeah. I think you have to own them or something like that.
You do have to own them, I think, yeah. And so like I was playing through 1, but I guess it has the mechanics of 2, which is cool. And yeah, I was just having the stupidest amount of fun just doing the dumbest things. And like there was one where like you were like in a Bollywood music video, and I put a fan near the edge, and the guy was like the guy that I needed to kill was like by the edge. I turned the fan on and he blew off the building. Like my favorite was I had dressed up as a what was it? It was a flamingo outfit, and I had to kick a girl down a grate, which was also funny. It was just so ridiculous and goofy, and the different story points. Yeah, you could attack the level in so many different ways. You can even do customized ones. So if you want to like create one for your friends, like I know that Kind of Funny had something in like
they had the contracts. Cool.
Yeah, that I find so interesting, and there's so much replayability in that, and the things that you could do because you unlock things after every level and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that game is so smart and so genius. So to me, it just makes so much sense for them to move on to something like a 007.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited for that now. After seeing how well made these Hitman games are, I think they're gonna come out of the park.
They better have the laser watch or something.
Like yes,
something cool. I want all those gadgets.
Every gadget. Yeah, they gotta have Q.
I'll say this though, the combat didn't feel too good. I don't think the melee was like all that well done, or the shooting didn't feel too well. So I hope that'd be better with the 007 one. You'd think that'd be more actiony, right?
I hope so, but I think that was like part of it. Again, part of the charm is like how far you can go without having to do all that. But then again, you are forced in situations
to use the combat, like especially how I did it in the first level, where I just ended up having an all-out shootout with these guys. Like you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just karate chopping everybody that comes at me, and I'm just like, oh damn it!
The fake surrender.
Yeah, the fake surrender. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, it's literally or really quickly run to a fire hydrant and just chuck it at their head. Like like, oh god, there's so many cops. How many fire hydrants do I have? Use the same fire hydrant for another one.
I want to ask you about the difference between the cutscenes. Did you remember I was talking about that, Connor? How bad the cutscenes look compared to what the game looks like?
Oh yeah, the cutscenes do like some 360 graphics.
You could tell that they had a budget with the cutscenes, but the game is just
Are they at least actual 3D models? Because
no, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's just not. It could be so much better. Like they need more budget.
Do you remember the last two games were hilarious because if you ever decide to like buy the other ones, you'll notice that in the first game they had pretty great CGI cutscenes, and then the second one they're like, let's just do a comic book. Let's just do still image.
Literally like panels like that.
Kinda, yeah. They're like stills that would just move.
Oh my god.
And then the third one, I guess there's now more 3D models.
More 3D models, yeah. It's just it kind of looks rough, but the quality of the game is it's still good.
Yeah.
I'm into the game now after playing through the second level. I think the first level I just didn't really understand how to play it. Now the second level I kind of get it more. So I'm gonna go through and play all these levels now, I think.
Yeah. And if you decide to go back,
first and second.
If you do decide to go back, there's some great levels. Like for instance, there's the racetrack one. There's the suburbia level, which is hilarious. I sold poison cupcakes to people. And then
people step on rakes and stuff.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good level.
You find out one of the people in there is a Nazi, and then and then there's like a masquerade ball that is in a mansion that is in the remote island, and it's awesome.
See, all these settings sound so cool.
They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the other ones. Anyways, then I played. Go ahead, Sims.
Did you buy the collection then, or just?
I just bought 3. It was on sale actually on PS5. It was like $45, so I was like, fuck it.
1 and 2 are always on sale, so you should be able to pick them up.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm surely I'm gonna be able to find those
1
for
or
cheap.
2 is a PlayStation Plus game, so which guaranteed you play.
See, I don't know if they carry over for the PS Plus version. Maybe it's something because I didn't have. I tried like clicking on him and 1 and 2, and I know I have one of them, but it didn't like come over to the 3.
I think the process is actually also kind of stupid. Like I think for PC, like it recognized that I owned one, so therefore it unlocked. But on Xbox or PlayStation, I'm not positive how it works.
Yeah.
Like, what if you had the disc, right? Like, how does that work?
It's super cool though. They added that, and like it's in 3's engine or whatever now.
Yes.
Yeah. Then what else did I play? Oh, I played. This is a throwback. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys remember I made a game with zombies in it. Anyone?
It sounds familiar.
It was like $1 game on the 360 store. Yeah, it was just this guy. It's like a twin stick shooter with like.
I think I remember seeing that.
And this guy saying a song like over it, the creator of it, and like it's a really annoying song that gets like stuck in your head constantly.
It's just him saying I made a game with zombies in it, isn't it?
Yeah. So my friend has my 360. I gave it to him a while ago, but he still has like all my games on there. And I was over at his house, so we just started playing. I made a game of zombies in it because he had never played it. And super fun. Real throwback for me. Me and my friends used to play this all the time. But yeah, just a dumb little game.
It's a weird game to pull.
Yeah. It was good though. Like I forget what these guys have made now, but they're still around the development team, and they're like somewhat big now. So yeah, that's all I've been playing. We will now move on to the game. Daniel, What is the game?
All right, we're going to play 20 questions again.
Yes.
And I made it hard, okay? You were complaining that I gave you guys too many softballs. Okay.
Yeah, you just pander to the guest, don't you? You're like, oh, what's the guest's favorite game? And you don't know. And
is this gonna be a Mario game?
Well, I got to pick a different game now. Man. No,
I never did tell you though. I didn't tell you Mario's favorite game. I asked you. The reason why I asked you for your favorite game is that we make like a lower third for you. So like your lower third is that Mario Rivera. I'm so sorry. I cannot say your name.
Rivera.
I try so hard every week.
Just say River with an A and you got it.
And you've got like the three Splinter Cell green.
Oh, his little. Cool.
Thanks to that last minute as well this morning. I need you.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out to Pandora tomorrow.
Yeah. Was that the second or third one?
Second one.
The second one. Cool.
I
need to go back.
Was Conviction.
Chaos Theory.
Conviction.
Double Agent. Conviction. Okay.
But that was like my first and only one. I tried to play the one after that, and
that's fine. That's when Sam Fisher went all James Bourne.
They just had that really cool, design of where like you start a mission, or he'd say something really dark and interesting, and it'd go on the wall, and you're like, "Oh, that's really edgy. I love it." Like,
yeah.
I really enjoyed edgy, and then it had that really cool multiplayer mode as well.
Yeah. That's why I specifically said Pandora tomorrow, because the multiplayer was my life. It was that and Halo 2. Like it was just.
Is that where they introduced Spies vs. Mercs?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's why I got the invisibility glitch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Spies vs. Mercs really cool.
Yeah.
All right, I have the game right here, and I am ready whenever you guys are. So I want to tell Mario one rule that we do. Okay. We do 20 questions, and then you get a guess. So technically 21. So you don't have to worry about, you have full 20 questions to guess.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Did this game come out before the year 2000?
Before, no.
Thank God.
Okay.
Did this game come out before the year 2010?
Yes.
Alright, so.
Good old 2000s game.
2000.
So,
PS2,
360.
Did this game come out before the year 2005?
Before, yes.
Right, so 5 years. See, I've narrowed it down for you. Now, boys, do you think?
Okay, it's either...
I'm out.
Resident Evil 4, it must be.
It has to be.
Do we think that's getting announced tonight, boys?
There's no other...
I hope so.
I don't think the game's getting announced. I think it is just going to be focused on the multiplayer. And
what was that whole thing about the surprises or whatever?
Well, it'll be a new CGI movie or some bullshit on that.
Yeah. Oh, here's the trailer for the new movie. Yeah, maybe. I would actually like that. I'm very excited for it.
I'm excited for the live action one.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm excited for both. Why not?
Yeah. I'm going to say, is it a Capcom game? That's my question.
Is it a Capcom game? It is not a Capcom game.
Okay, so we know it's not Street Fighter. We know it's not Resident Evil.
Was this game exclusive to a platform?
Not Lost in...
Yes. I'll say yes.
Okay, cool.
I'll say yes.
Okay.
Did this game come out in the year 2003?
2000. Did it come out? Do you want to be set? Do you want to waste a question?
Yeah.
I don't...
All right. It's
sorry, man.
No, that's fine. I can't think of 2003 specific games. Do you want to go by console? We got 3 consoles to choose from, I think.
Yeah, let's narrow down a console here.
Yeah.
Was this game released on PlayStation?
No.
Xbox or GameCube?
GameCube or Xbox? If it's an Xbox exclusive, we got this.
Yeah.
Kind of few of those.
Do you want to burn that question?
Sure, it'll narrow it down. Was this game exclusive to Xbox?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, we got some gas.
Has this game been remastered lately?
No.
Just say ever. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just take the remastered. It has not been remastered.
All right.
Because you hesitated on the technically.
Do you fly a plane in this game?
I don't.
So
think
if you have the guess, I know it's not Crimson Skies.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is this a licensed game?
Yes, it's a licensed game.
That means it's thinking anything now.
Old Republic.
Has this game got Vin Diesel in it?
Ooh, Riddick.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah, it does.
Steve's a bad man.
Now we just gotta remember the name. No, I'm just kidding.
I will tell you, there was 2 of them.
Ooh, there was 2.
Oh,
Chronicles of Riddick. What was? I can't remember.
Butcher Bay was one of them.
That wasn't the good one, was it?
I think that is the good one.
That is the good one. Okay.
Here's a question: is Butcher in the title?
Great question.
Yes, it is.
All right. Can we have a final guess?
Go for it, Mario.
Is it Riddick, Butcher Bay, or something like that?
I'll give it to you. The game came out in 2004 on Xbox, January 1st or June 1st, 2004. On Windows, it came out in December 3rd, 2004. It is Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, developed by Starbreeze Studios, and published by Vivendi Games. Good game.
Does Vin Diesel own Vivendi?
Does Vin
Starbreeze? Did he own Starbreeze? He was like a big part of the production of this game.
Yeah, I remember later. That was more towards like 2010. He was like a big part of it.
I mean, I don't think Starbreeze is around right now.
What was that one? He was in Driver or whatever.
Yeah, it was in like Driver.
Yeah.
Driver.
Let me see.
Starbreeze does the Payday games, right?
They do the
Wheelman.
Wheelman. Wasn't it
Wheelman.
some shit?
Yeah, it was like a game, wasn't it?
No, it was on all the platforms. All of them.
Or was it Stuntman?
No,
Wheelman.
Were you a Hollywood Stuntman? I can't remember. Vin Diesel in his video games, you know?
Yeah. Then you got the game of the year, Fast Furious game, Crossroads.
Damn.
Yep, it was Wheelman.
Yeah.
Wheelman,
Hey, John Cena, brother. Madness.
The title is actually Vin Diesel Wheelman.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel Wheelman.
If you look at right at the top, it says Vin Diesel Wheelman on it.
I do want to congratulate you guys. You guys got that in 13 questions. I tried to make it harder. I picked a get harder game.
I remember playing this Wheelman. He's never gonna forget about it. You could like jump from
car to car.
That was like the mechanic.
Yeah, as they were going.
Crazy.
Yeah, cool, I want more games in the Vin Diesel series, you know?
The Vin Diesel universe.
Yeah.
The cinematic or the gaming universe of Vin Diesel.
The VTU, as they call it, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Triple X game probably out there
somewhere with ice. That'd be cool.
You got to give props to John Cena. Like, he's held this secret for years, hasn't he? Like, he's been Vin Diesel's brother for how long? Like, never mentioned it in any promos in WWE. Like,
they revealed it last year.
I didn't know that. I completely missed it.
You didn't know that?
Completely missed that part. So, like the other day when he was like, "Your brother," I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh.
You had our reaction last year.
I was so pumped up, and then my missus has got no affinity for it, so she's just like.
My favorite detail is that they both have the same necklace.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, that's awesome.
Their father gave them the necklace, you know.
That's right. After did their father go to Dom who went to jail? I don't know. We can go the whole chronology.
Let's do it.
They've been to jail multiple times. They're going to be now apparently, so that would be cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 62. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we are on podcast services now. You can go catch us, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you want. You can find us there. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to Mario's YouTube channel. Mario Rivera. Is that your channel?
It'll be ThatMarioRivera.
ThatMarioRivera. Please go there, support him there. And thank you so much for coming on, Mario.
Yeah,
thanks,
fun.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, have me back anytime.
All right, well, we certainly will. I mean, we're gonna hold you to that, man.
Hopefully, I'll be not in an undisclosed location underneath a coffee shop. So.
We forgot to say you're in Secret Service, right? Like you're being hidden.
I'm being hidden. I'm actually hidden in a coffee shop. I'm in a Starbucks right now. So the barista. There's no one else here, right? Everyone's wearing masks. I'm so secluded to the corner, so we're good.
Tell them to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please.
We'll do. Hey, can you subscribe? All right, cool. Yeah, they're cool.
Hey, you. Hey.
It's just 3 dogs staring at me.
Before we close out the show, I want to do this at the beginning of the show, but congratulations to Brittany Brombacher and Andrea Renee.
Yeah,
man, massive. That is incredible. And reading Andrea's story, man, like,
That was brutal. I'm so happy.
And it takes. I can't even say the words. Like we've seen her be ill over the years, and realizing it now, like really hit home. I was like, fucking hell. If that was me, that'd just you want to see me for years. Like,
sure,
absolute incredible character. So.
Yeah, shout out to both of them.
Definitely, we are very happy for the crew at What's Good Games. With that, thank you for watching. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.